Inside PressBox is presented by Friedmont Mortgage. Don't make a 30-year mistake by choosing the wrong lender. Go to FriedmontMortgage.com now for all of your mortgage needs. And we welcome you back to Inside PressBox. Stan the Fan Charles, along with my good friend Bruce Posner, the host of Terp Talk every Thursday night at 6 o'clock on ESPN Radio 1300 in Baltimore. And wanted to talk to you a little bit about now the Mark Turgeon era. How would you rate him? Now, he's been in, about 3 months, and he's going to be in Baltimore for the Sports Boosters on September 22nd. We'll be pushing that, and you and I are emceeing that.
Mark Turgeon has barely been around.
Right.
He is recruited all over the country. He probably has put out just a ton of offers to arguably the best players in the country. He's made a name for Maryland in the recruiting circles. Everywhere they go, they're talked about. We need some commits, though. And we're anxiously awaiting the first. We do have the commit from Seth Allen.
Yep.
And we're waiting for Shaquille Clear, who would be
That's the kid out of Texas?
Right. He would be a huge, huge get for the University of Maryland.
All right. No matter how you slice it, dice it, or cut it, 2011-12 season is going to be a rough one.
It's going to be a tough one, and Paulson leaving and staying in Europe has not helped the situation.
I thought he had a chance to be a pretty nice player.
He did, but he's not an American, and he went back there and he
got a
played
chance to
well.
play pro ball, and
they threw some money at him, and next thing you know, he's not coming back. So it's a big loss for Maryland.
Does Walt Williams have any eligibility left?
Everybody wishes.
No, but that's where they're going to be hard pressed this year, is rebounding.
The big men.
Yeah,
there's no doubt. We need James Padgett to have a big year, and Panky to come back. He hasn't played in a while and have a good year. And we'll see what happens. You can win with a small team, but this is going to be a challenge.
It's going to be a rough year. But down the road, I know we need some immediate commits, but boy, he is all over the map.
He's everywhere, Stan.
I don't mean literally all over, but he's really getting the program. And again, you and I we're on the total opposites with Gary. I know how much you appreciated him, respected him, but you can't argue this guy really is going to recruit like a...
Well, you mentioned the names, Aaron and Andrew Harrison, two of the best guys in the country for 2013, and Prince eBay for 2012, and you go on and on. Christian Sanders, Jake Lehman, Nate Britt, the great kid out of D.C. Assault in Washington, and all these guys have been really attended to by the Maryland coaching staff.
Tell us a little bit about who he's kept on the staff. Bino Ranson, right?
Bino Ranson
and then
came
who
on.
He's brought on.
Well, he brought on Scott Spinelli.
Right.
And Delonte Hill. All right, the guy from the
Spinelli was his assistant down at Texas.
Another great recruiter. Delonte Hill certainly is known as one of the best recruiters.
Right. You've been around this game a long time, college basketball. There seems to be a notion that getting in that AAU mud pile or whatever you want to call it, you're going to come out dirty. I'm not a believer that you have to be dirty.
It's totally not the case.
You just have to do your homework.
It's totally not the case. In other words, you have to get in and meet the people, know the people, and Turgeon already had that going on. And Bino Ranson's one of the greatest guys around. He was, certainly connected, and, it's just part of the game today. And everybody's involved, and because all these kids play AAU, and that's when they're watched. They're not watched during the year while they're playing. They're watched in the summer when these coaches have time.
All right. Brucey, is always great to talk to you about Maryland sports. You and I are of the same general age. This past week, about a month ago, we lost John Mackey. What do you remember about Bubba Smith?
Bubba Smith, you remember, it's funny, number 78, he played defensive end, then when he played a little tackle, didn't get the kind of publicity that a big lineman would get today. And Bubba Smith was 6'7", like 270, 280, which is kind of like a normal size. But he was a stopper. You didn't run through him. He got his share of sacks. He was an outright winner, helped us win a Super Bowl, was always, certainly came from Michigan State, #1 draft pick.
Yep.
And
we traded Gary Quazzo to get that pick.
Involved in, one of the greatest games ever, one of the most controversial games, too. Kill Bubba, kill. That's the slogan you remember from Michigan State.
All right. Bruce Posner, many thanks again for being on with us. When we get back, we'll wrap things up with a brief commentary that I like to call One Fan's Opinion. And as we look back on the career of Bubba Smith at PressBoxOnline.com, you can also see our online video extra of Bubba's grand entrance in the final moments of a commercial my brother did for the old News American. You can check it out now at PressBoxOnline.com.